Punjabi Hari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari. Gopi Janaballabha Girivardhari. Jai Gopi Janaballabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari. Gopi Janaballabha Girivardhari. Jai Gopi Janaballabha Girivardhari. Gopi Janaballabha Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari. Jai Radha Madhava ki. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parvajaka Astotara Sata Sri Srimad Abhayachana Vinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON Vibhiti Founder Charger Srila Prabhupada ki. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinda ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki, Sri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham ki, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Ganga Jamuna Maya ki, Tulsi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Srimati Radharani ki, Harinam Sankirtan Jagya ki, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda ki, Yantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Go Premanandi. Oh, glorious to the assembled devotees. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees. Oh, glories to Sri Sri Guru Gauranga. Go Premanandi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nigama kalpataro galatam phalam sukamukha dravasambhitam bhagavatam uttam. Please excuse me. Om Ajnana Timanandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Anmilitam Jena Tasmaye Sri Gurave Namah. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pacharine Neva Shesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatadine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Please excuse me. My life is a bit disturbed also today. And that's what the Sloka is about. Old age and death. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 28, Text 14. Nasheke sovitam tatra Puru kritsro ravepatu Gantam aichat tato vriksha Kotarad eva sanalat Nasheke sovitum tatra Puru kritsro ruvepatu Gantam aichat tato vriksha Kotaradiva sannalat Nasheke sovitum tatra Puru kritsro ruvepatu Gantam aichat tato vriksha Kotaradiva sannalat. patu. Canto mai chattato vriksha. Kotara divishanalat. Mataji? Nah, not. Sheke was able. Saha, he, avitum, to protect. Tatra, there. Puru, very much. Kritra, difficulty. Uru, great. Vapatu, suffering. Gantum, to go out. Aichat, desired. Tataha, from there. Vriksha, of a tree. Kotarat, from the hollow. Eva, like. Sa'analat, on fire. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. As a servant living within the cavity, as a serpent, I'm the servant. As a serpent living within the cavity of a tree wishes to leave when there is a forest fire, so the city's police superintendent, the snake, wished to leave the city due to the fire's severe heat. Translation, please repeat. As a serpent living within the cavity of a tree wishes to leave when there is a forest fire, so the city's police superintendent, the snake, wished to leave the city due to the fire's severe heat. Purport: it becomes very difficult for snakes to leave a forest when there is a fire. Other animals may flee due to their long legs, but serpents, only being able to crawl, are generally burnt in the fire. At the last stage, the limbs of the body are not as much affected as the life air. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat krupa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinatarine Paramananda Madhavam. So this is a metaphorical story. It's not actual fact. It's a metaphor, an analogy. Puranjana, all these things, they're metaphorical. And they're being spoken by Narad in such a way so that somebody will hear it. Otherwise, if you tell somebody directly, they're not going to listen to you. They're going to cover their ears because they're blind. They're blind. Why are they blind? Because they've got some pride. Damanda. You understand? Blinded by pride. You understand? Also, one can be blinded by physical beauty. Oh, I'm very handsome. Like that. And you can be blinded thinking, I'm beautiful. Especially women. Right? You know it. And also by education. You are all ignorant fools. I'm very great. I am great scholar. I know more than you and you put together. So this is a disqualification for devotional service and makes you blind. You become blinded. Also wealth, money. Right? If you may have a friend in the village, and then that friend in the village, he becomes very wealthy. So you go to meet your friend, and what does he do? Doesn't even look at you. He becomes blind. He won't even look, and he becomes deaf too. You try to speak to him. Hello, hello, my friend, my friend. I don't know you. So wealth makes a person deaf, dumb, and blind. They won't listen to you, and they won't speak to you, and they won't see you. Because now you are a poor person. You understand? So these are all kinds of blindness. And that kind of blindness is worse than being actually blind. You know that? That kind of blindness is worse than even if you were born blind. It is a more severe kind of blindness like that. So this analogy has been spoken for a person who's a bit proud and a bit blind, because I'm going to slap you. And you're going to get angry if I slap you. But this is the process of waking somebody up. If there is a fire in your house, and I come and I'm calling you, but because of the smoke, you won't wake up. Do you know? If there's smoke in the house, in a fire, there's only one thing that's going to wake them up. You understand? You have to go in the house. Be careful, you may die also. You have to crawl on the floor if there's a fire, because the smoke stays up. If you breathe that smoke, you will faint, and you will also die in that fire. So there may be people sleeping in the house, but they can't wake up because the smoke is suffocating them. You have to go in there and you have to slap them. You understand? No. They don't want to wake up because they're in such a deep slumber. They're in such a deep slumber, getting ready for death, which includes you. Sorry, Prabhuji. So this is what this is about. This is about death. We've been hearing from the Maharajas. One of the Maharajas said, you have to die before dying. What did he mean? What does it mean? What does it mean to die before dying? Can you say? No, not remain blind. Huh? No. To die before dying, what it means is that you have to prepare for death now. You have to prepare for death now. You can't prepare when you're on your deathbed. You understand? To be prepared for death means to die while you're still alive. You have to think of it deeply, okay? You can't remain dreaming. Stop dreaming. You have to wake up to the fact that you are going to die. And it may be very soon, sooner than you think. You may have a heart attack. Or like that young girl was going to Govardhan Hill in an auto, and a car crashed into the auto at high speed and killed her just a few weeks ago. Very beautiful young girl. The devotees were very shocked because they thought, oh my goodness, that could have been me. But that was asked to Yudhisthira, right? What's the most amazing thing? What is the most amazing thing? He was asked in Mahabharata.
Everybody is dying, but I think I will not die.
You know this thing. He knows. Everybody is dying all around me. But I think, I'm not going to die today. Not me. I won't die today. Or tomorrow. Or the next week. Or the next month. Or the next year. No, I will live. I will live. But the fact is, you do not know when you are going to die. So you have to prepare to die now. I cut you off now. Stop it. You understand? You have to prepare. In other words, you have to go through the process of dying. The process means to first accept it. If you go to the doctor, you've got a cough. You've got this cough. You're always coughing. So you go to the doctor and the doctor said, I'm sorry, but I've got some bad news for you. After the test, we have found out you've got lung cancer. And it's very advanced. And now, within a very short time, maybe within weeks, you are going to die. You understand? And therefore you go, oh, I better get prepared. What's the preparation for a devotee? Because a devotee knows, yam yam vapishmaram bhavam sajjat janti kalevaram tam tam aveta kontaya siddhartha bhava bhavata. That whatever state of consciousness, what is your state of consciousness? Have you become a pure devotee? Or are you still thinking of sense gratification? Are you still thinking of sense gratification? Huh? Answer? Yes, is an honest devotee. There's some desire for sense, and as long as there's a desire for sense gratification, you're not going back home, back to Godhead, because you're not a pure devotee. Only pure devotees can go back home, back to Godhead. Don't you know? If there's any material desire, you're going to take birth again. And if you desire liberation, you're not going back home, back to Godhead either. Oh, you might get Sayuja Mukti. So you wanted liberation? Okay. Enter into the Brahman. Because as long as you're chanting Nam Aparad, that's the kind of liberation you will get. If you want to go back home, back to Godhead, there's qualification. There's qualification. Just like if you want to go to America. Prabhupada gave this example. You need a passport. And you have to have the visa. You can't just get on the plane and go. What will happen? They will not allow you. They'll send you back to the material world. But I'm chanting Hare Krishna. Sorry. It wasn't pure. You were not pure. You're not doing bhakti purely. You mixed it up. You've mixed it all up with material desires for name and fame and adoration and material gain and so many things, and therefore it is not the pure name. You're actually not chanting Hare Krishna. You're chanting Aparad. The Aparad, the Nam Aparad is not Nam. It's not Nam. Sorry, I'm here to give you some bad news. It's not the Nam. Did you know? Did you know? Yes, he knows. It's not the pure Nam. So to get ready for death, I need to be chanting the pure Nam. And I have to do it now. Is it easy to chant the pure name of Krishna? Is it easy? Is it easy to do pure devotional service? No. Prabhupada said it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Why? Why is it so difficult? Because I'm a conditioned soul. I'm a conditioned soul, and I'm under the modes of material nature. Is a pure devotee under the modes of material nature? No. What is it? Mam hi patavya pashichaj pepishu papayonaya. No, not that. Mam chayo vyabhicharina bhakti yogina sevate. Yes, thank you. You know this thing. You're devotees. You know this thing. That if you're engaged in full devotional service, Full devotion. Savai pum saparo damo yuto bhaktira doksiji. Ahaituki apratiyata. Ahaituki apratiyata. Without any material desires and without a break. No break. No holidays in Maya. No Maya at all. And no material desire. Nothing for me. All for Krishna, for Gurudev, for your Guru, for Krishna, for their pleasure. And then the pure holy name will come out. And when you chant the pure holy name, you'll see Krishna. You'll see Krishna. And your love for Krishna will blossom. Blossom. So are you prepared to die? Are you prepared to die? Then die. Then die now. Think. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, my Param Gurudev, used to always say, never forget that you are going to die. Soon. Soon. Don't think, for many, many years. No, he said, always think that I am going to die soon. And get prepared. Prepare yourself. Take it seriously. You understand? Otherwise, you'll be counted amongst those fools who never prepare. Therefore, Prabhupada gave the analogy. He said, just like you're living in a house, rented house. You're living in a rented house, and the owner tells you, you have to move out in 1 month. You have 1 month to move out because this house is going to be broken. We're breaking this house, and we're building a new house. So you've got 1 month to move out. But you don't listen. You're not listening? Oh no, I want to redecorate the house. I was thinking of redecorating. I want a new set of clothes. I need a new phone. I've got so many desires to fulfill in this house. But I already told you, you've only got 1 month and it will be broken. You have to move out. But you're foolish and you're thinking, no, I'll make this plan and I'll make this plan. But where is your plan for eternal happiness? Where's your real happiness plan? Have you got a plan for happiness? Eternal happiness? Or are you planning for the miserable existence of the material world? Are you dreaming? Are you going to wake up? Or do I have to come down and beat you? You understand? Because you're dreaming. You're not waking up. So this is saying this thing. And the old age is the sign. Alarm bells should be ringing. Ding, ding, I'm getting old. So many aches and pains. Eyesight is going. Teeth are falling out. My teeth fell out. Because I bit on a stone in the rice. Oh. And the tooth became loose. They became loose, and they didn't fix. They came out. Because my gums are all weak. My eyesight, I've only got 50% of my hearing. And I was jumping in the kirtan with the brahmacharis, young brahmacharis. And I was thinking, I can jump as high as they can. And I was very excited. And I tore a muscle in my leg. Very painful. It took me 2 months to walk with a walker. You know those walking frames? I was on a walking frame a couple of months ago. And now my leg is so bad. Yeah, I can walk, but if I don't lean on the cane, it starts paining. Oh, I get pain in my leg. And here it says, when you get old, then the lifers become disturbed. Even before the limbs are damaged, You may have strong legs and strong arms and strong eyes. You may have good eyes. You may have very good hearing. Some elderly people have wonderful, strong hearing. They can hear everything. But they are going to die. And the first thing that becomes disturbed is your life airs, your nervous system. I'm shaking. Well, just my godbrother, Bhakta Rupa. But he won't stop working. I'll drop dead working for Prabhupada. I would work to the end. He will. He'll die at the desk. He will never stop serving his spiritual master. Because he's prepared. He's preparing. And therefore he serves with love and devotion his spiritual master. You must develop love. Without love, you will not surrender. It's not possible. You must have developed some love. Love for Krishna, love for Mahaprabhu, love for Vrindavan, love for the holy name, attachment, rati. The other name for rati is bhav, love. But people have got material attachment. They're attached to the material things. Therefore they say, I have no love for Krishna. No, they may even say they have love for Krishna, but they don't. They're only thinking about themselves and sense gratification. Like that. This is the problem. And therefore, at the time of death, they will be thinking of those things. They will be thinking of those things, directly or indirectly. The Maharaj gave a very nice example just day before yesterday. He was telling a story how Srila Prabhupada had said, if somebody reads one of my books, they will be liberated. Or if they read one chapter of this book, they will be liberated. Or if they read one line from this book, they will be liberated. Or if they read one word from this book, they will be liberated. So a question comes up. I'll ask you some questions. I will ask you the question. What kind of liberation is he talking about? What kind of liberation is it? That somebody who reads one of these books, they will get liberated, or a chapter. Do they all get the same liberation? There's many kinds of liberation, isn't there? Is it all the same kind of liberation that they get? And what about the devotee who's accepted initiation and chanting the name of Krishna and who's distributing those books? Do they get the same kind of liberation? Think about it. Do they get the same kind of liberation? Do they get the same kind of liberation? What do you think? No, he says no, they don't get the same kind of liberation. What do you say? They're all different. So they get different kinds of liberation. And sometimes it's said, just like it says, like somebody who joins in the Rath Yatra, and they stand up and they see the Lord. Oh, they get liberation. Someone who pulls the rat card, they get liberation. Shastra says so. So what kind of liberation is it? And also, second question, when do they get the liberation? Are they liberated immediately? And if so, what kind of liberation was it? Oh, sometimes it says they're liberated from sin. Therefore, they don't go to hell. You're liberated from hell. Okay. So somebody, I would even go further and say they don't even have to read a word in that book. They just have to look at that book on the display, and they're liberated. I would say that when you're distributing the books, put it in their hand. If they touch that book, if they touch it with their hand, they're liberated. What kind of liberation it is, that's up to Krishna. He knows. He's the indwelling supersoul, and he knows everything about them, and he will give them the reward they deserve. And that's true for me. And you? There is no cheap and easy way. You should know it. He knows. Therefore, Krishna says, Ye yata mam papajante. As they surrender, I reward them accordingly. So how much have you surrendered? How much have you really surrendered? That means prepare. Get prepared now and surrender fully. Can you surrender fully? Can you fully surrender? Yes. Do you agree? You can fully surrender? Prabhupada visited Melbourne, and one devotee asked, Prabhupada was sitting on the Vyasasan at the end of the class and asking questions, and the devotee asked, how long does it take to surrender? And Prabhupada said, 1 second. 1 second. You choose. You choose. It's your choice. You understand? 1 second, Prabhupada said. As soon as you say, I surrender, Krishna, not from the lips. Not from the lips. You have to say from your heart, from the core of your heart, okay, Krishna, I surrender. But surrender doesn't just go, I give up, you take over. No. Surrender means that I am your servant and I will do what you want. You understand? So that surrender begins when you start to think, Trinadapi Senichana, Turoveva Sahishnana, no more pride. A proud person cannot surrender. They'll think, by my strength, I did this. Ahankara vimudatma. Right? He's thinking, I did it. I'm great. He'll never surrender. No, when that person becomes humble, how does he become humbled? When the doctor tells you, you've only got 2 weeks, maybe less, maybe only 1 week. You've only got a very short amount of time, a few years, and then you'll be dead, just like the rest of them, just like the rest of us. You won't stay here. No, the temple will stay, and the deities will stay, but we will go. And people won't even remember our name. They'll remember Krishna's name. They'll remember Prabhupada's name. But they won't remember us. No, we'll be gone, long gone. But where will we go? That's the choice. And therefore, Krishna says this thing in Bhagavad Gita. He tells these things. You should do your prescribed duty. You should, not that you should stop working. You should do your work and at the same time always think of me. Fix your mind on me. Manmana bhava. Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Think of me with love, with bhav. Become my devotee. Bow down to me, worship me. Well, if you do this surrender, Krishna says, I'll protect you. I'll give you all protection. Don't fear. And Prabhupada, if you read those purports, Prabhupada says again and again, without a doubt, without a doubt, without any doubt, without any doubt. Don't doubt it. Put full faith in it. If you surrender now, stop dreaming, thinking, oh, I will get this and I got my plan. No, you may die. This is what this analogy is all about, that you will die. You're going to die, 100%. I'm telling you the truth. You are going to die, and it's soon for all of us. And we must prepare to get out of here. Don't come back here. Don't come back. If you've got any intelligence, don't come back here to this miserable material world and take another birth. Don't do it, because you've been doing it again and again and again. And Krishna has given you opportunity again and again and again, but you didn't listen. Because as a human being, you're given this opportunity again and again. You understand? It's not the first time. No, you've heard many times, but still, you didn't surrender. Therefore, you had to take birth again. Now, another thing. Just the last thing, I better be quick. And that is, you're going out on this book distribution. And you're giving people a chance to become liberated. You should understand what benefit you're giving this person, even if they look at this book. Even if they touch this book, even if they read one word of this book, get them to read it. Show them, oh, can you read that for me? Read a line. Read a chapter. Read the book, okay. They're liberated. How much liberation? That's up to Krishna. But definitely they're liberated. Either very soon or maybe next life. Maybe next life. Maybe it'll take some lives for me. And what kind of liberation is it that you're going to get? Krishna says, Nacha tasman manushessu, that if you give this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to others, you become very dear to me. You become very dear to Krishna. So what kind of liberation will you get? You're chanting, you're initiated, and you're distributing this knowledge to others. What kind of liberation are you going to get? What do you think? Where are you going to go? You're going to Goloka Vrindavan. He's right. He's right. And whose service are you going to get in Goloka Vrindavan? Come on. Huh? No. You already got Prabhupada's now. You've got Prabhupada's now. Now is Prabhupada. And where are you going in Goloka Vrindavan, and what service are you going to get? Come on, quickly.
Let me go there.
But if you're very dear, if you're very, very dear, what's the service of the very dear? Who's the most dear? Okay, you got it. That's what service you're going to get. The service of Radharani. Prabhupada said like that. When he first went to America, in 1965, there's an old video. And the devotees are kirtanananda, they're cooking some chapatis, and they're talking with the man who's interviewing them. And Kirtananda and the other devotees are telling, oh, Prabhupada is telling us, by doing this, chanting Hare Krishna, we'll all enter into the Rasa Leela. You should understand it, what it means. You're going to enter into the Rasa Leela. That's the kind of liberation you're going to get if you go out and do this service for Prabhupada. You're going to become so dear. Radharani wants you because you're doing this service. Mahaprabhu is very pleased. The Acharyas, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, is very pleased. If a devotee distributed one book, He would glorify them. Oh, he's done so well. He distributed a book. One book. So if you're distributing, and you must chant. You must be free from material desires. You can't get it cheaply. But chant sincerely, and you'll be purified gradually. Unless you're really, really serious and you're crying because you know I'm going to die, so I have to surrender today. And you chant from your heart. You ask from your heart, not from the lips, but from your heart. Then your life will be changed. Your life will be changed. You'll be changed. You won't be the same person anymore. You will be changed. And that's the result of pure devotional service. It completely changes you. And you become a selfless devotee who loves his spiritual master, who loves the holy name, who loves the Srimad Bhagavatam, who loves everybody. And Prabhupada would say that. This is the proof we love everybody. Because we're going out there and distributing this knowledge. We're taking trouble. We're taking trouble. It's a thankless task. We don't even get any thanks many times. But we do it because we know this will give them real happiness. This is the real happiness. You understand? This is not temporary. And the material happiness is not happiness. It's Maya. It's not real. Try and understand. It's not real happiness. Real happiness is love within the core of your heart for Krishna. That love is completely transcendental, full of knowledge and full of bliss. And you get eternal life. That's the kind of liberation you get for your service. So when I heard this class and the Maharaj gave that example, I was very happy. I thought, yes, this is right. And it's right that the devotee should be given such liberation. And it's not the same. It's not the same for everyone. If you really want to please your spiritual master sincerely, and you want to distribute these books for his pleasure and happiness, you're undergoing some difficulty. I know it's difficult. You know, I know it's not a happy thing to do. It's difficult work. But you're pleasing the Guru, you're pleasing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and you are guaranteed you will go to Goloka Vrindavan and you will get the service of Radha and Krishna. And you should have no doubt about it. No doubt at all. That's your reward for this service. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jagat Atma.